This video is brought to you by 101figurine.ro. Check out 101figurine.ro to see a large assortment of action figures and statues from your favorite universes.
You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
Zeus! Your son has returned. The gates of Hades have never held me!
Hello and welcome, my name is Laser and today we got a brand new figure. For the start of 2017 we got the God of War from Neca, Ghost of Sparta. This is modeled after the God of War 3 game, and you got a whole bunch of features, 31 points of articulation, you got extra weapons, the Nemean lion heads, you got the golden fleece, and you also got the boots of Hermes or something like that. One thing I would like to point out, the packaging reflects the artwork done on the actual game. You saw the PlayStation 3 disc there. Now we're gonna pop open the box and see what is inside. So as you can see, you got a window box, those kind of cool window boxes with a Velcro there. And inside you can see Kratos together with all the accessories he comes with. Again, blades of Athena, Nemean lion heads, an alternate head, and the golden fleece as well. On the side you will see, on the flip side you will see a picture of Kratos with some text in a language I quite frankly don't know. Maybe you know. And for those who are interested, on the top and on the bottom of the box, absolutely nothing special at all. So let's get him out of the packaging. But before we do that, I also bought this, okay, especially for Kratos. I got the Bandai Tamashii Nations or something like that, burning flame effect, okay? Effect burning flame, Bandai Tamashii Nations, okay? I thought that this would go really nicely with Kratos' overall theme. I mean, come on, Kratos and flame kind of goes together. So here he is out of the packaging on the turntable together with all the accessories he comes in the box. Now I will say one thing, at a first glance he's kind of hard to stabilize on his own feet, but he does have peg holes on the bottom of his feet, so if you got a stand you can use them like that, or maybe one of those clip stands which attach at the chest or some other area. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over all of the accessories, after which we're gonna take a better look at Kratos. These are the blades of Athena, as you can see. The edge is made out of this translucent plastic. Okay, so if you got them properly lit up, these will pop a little bit. Pretty nice sculpt overall, pretty accurate to the original, and a pretty decent paint job as well. I will say that both of the blades are exactly identical. Okay, there's no left, right, or stuff like that. And this is the golden fleece. This one attaches to his right forearm, and I'll show you exactly how that goes in a second or two. Made out of soft rubber material as well, and this will be the alternate head. This is a more chill, let's call it like that, let's call it the chill head for Kratos. If Kratos can be chill, this is how he would look if he was just relaxing. Obviously the frown there, he never really smiles. Can you remember a time when Kratos smiled? I can't. Now let's put that away and take a look at the gun tools as well. Pretty nice detail on these two. Again, they're identical with one concern. They do have an indication for left and right, which doesn't really matter. But yeah, the detail is there. You see that letter effect, cool. I think you got these in the game after you beat Hercules. Yeah, I think yeah, you got the lion heads from Hercules, if I'm not mistaken. So here you go. You can attach these on his arm, and you can see the R there. Yeah, this symbolizes the fact that this is supposed to go on his right hand. But again, they're identical. It doesn't really matter from what I played with him so far. And this one has an L in there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, now you can see it. Okay, so right, R for right and L for left. Pretty cool sculpt. Again, pretty cool sculpt. Pretty nice detail for a $30 figure, and pretty decent paint overall. So let's take a look at the main attraction now. Here's the sculpt. He comes with the mean head, with the I wanna kill you head, which is basically Kratos' default emotion. Okay, I wanna kill somebody. Pretty good sculpt, as you can see. Pretty nice paint application. There is some splotch, some bleed here and there, but nothing too major. And again, for a $30 figure, the colors are great, the materials are fine, and the sculpt, again, pretty accurate to the God of War 3 game counterpart. Go, made out of soft rubber-like material, the kilt there, okay, so it doesn't impede articulation too much. You will notice that the left foot has a bit of a lighter wash and the right foot a bit of a heavier wash, but that's not something major, unless you're a perfectionist and that's gonna bother you. And these are the boots of Hermes. I think it's Hermes, don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I think it's Hermes, okay, the ones that made you go really fast and charge through enemies. Been quite some time since I played God of War 3. And this is a reprint, let's call it a reprint, okay, a reissue of the figure, okay. Neca just reissued this one, so you can get it now. This thing on the back of him, on his back, you can place the two blades on there. I don't understand what this is. What the hell is this? Seriously, Neca, what is with the extra plastic on the shoulder there? It has no point. I have no clue what that's all about. Anyway, let's get into articulation. The head is on a ball joint, as you can see. Goes up and down. Let me see if I can get you a better look. Yeah. That's all the range of motion you're gonna get. It pops out and you can put the alternate head, as I will show you in a second. You pretty much align the peg as best you can and then, well, apply some force. No way of getting around this one. You gotta press down on it. Don't be too brutal with it, okay? Make sure you don't break it. And this is the chill head, the I'm relaxing head, if you could ever relax. But yeah, there you go. Pretty much, again, the same range of motion. Now, let's get into arm articulation. Pin the hinge at the elbows. Pretty decent range of motion. They're very, very stiff, as you can see. I'm having trouble moving it. You get bicep swivel, which is very loose, unfortunately there. And a double jointed elbow. Yes, we got double hinges here, and I will try to show you. Here's one hinge, and if you continue pressing, you will see the other hinge as well. There you go. So very good range of motion. That is over 90 degrees. You can't really ask for more than that. And again, that sculpt, that chain sculpt really pops out, and they did a little silver paint over it as well. I just love it. Absolutely love it. Again, the sculpt and the paint up is pretty good from my point of view. As for the hand itself, is on a hinge and a swivel as well. So it's a pinned hinge. So you get the swivel and of course the bend as well. Alright, that's about it for the left hand. Pretty much the same case in on the right hand over here. With something minor to add, that the armor here, okay, his shoulder armor doesn't really impede articulation because it's made out of soft rubber. Speaking of armor, here's the golden fleece we looked at earlier. Careful at the peg, it only goes in one way. It has a specific way of going in. Fits in nice and snug, no chance of it escaping, as you can see. No problem at all. Again, soft rubber-like material there, so it doesn't impede articulation. And well, again, for articulation on the right hand, pretty much the same as in the case of the left hand. Now, let's move down to the chest area. You will see you got a diaphragm joint. And, well, it's a hinge, okay? You get ab crunch out of it. Not so much back, but forward, pretty good bend, as you can see, like so. So if you want to make Kratos do some work on his abs, you can do that as well. And, of course, you got the swivel on the waist as well. It's a little bit impeded by the sculpt, but nothing too major. As for the legs, they're attached to the body on T-jointed ball hinges, swivel hinge combo, obviously. Okay, and you also get the thigh swivel as well. So again, very good hinges there. Good range of motion. I would have liked for them to be a little bit more stiff so they can support the weight of those gun tools, but it's, again, beggars can't be choosers. For 30 bucks, I can really ask for everything now, can I? For the knees, these are, again, just like the elbows, double jointed. We got two hinges and you get a fantastic range of motion. Only the sculpt there impeding a little bit, about a 5 degree. Nothing too major again. As for the feet themselves, they are attached to the legs on ball joints. As you can see, not a lot of range of motion, sadly, and they're a little bit stiff, which will make stabilizing the figure very difficult. Okay, a little bit of swivel, nothing too major. But we get toe articulation. You see the little hinge in there? Yes, there is a little hinge and you can pop up the toes, like so. And believe it or not, it does help a little bit with stabilizing the figure, but that's the only problem with the figure, okay? Stabilizing it on its own 2 legs, that's the only real issue it's got. Outside of that, nothing really to complain about the figure. So let's get the Blades of Athena, and let me show you how you put them on its back. Where are they? Okay, here we go. So exactly like he would keep him on his back during the game, except that he didn't have that little mount thingy. They would just hover there because magic. Unfortunately, we don't get magic in figurines, so there you go. You gotta have something physical, but I think it looks pretty decent. Align them right. Okay, so it looks good from the front as well. There we go. Much better like this. And again, you can store them on his back like so, and I think it looks kind of decent. Again, I like the solution they came up with. Not bad at all. Alright, let's get rid of the Blades of Athena because I want to show you something. Yeah, of course, he's going to be able to hold them in its hands. You got to force them in there. Nothing you haven't seen before. They don't stay too securely in place, sadly. So you can pop this back piece off, and you get in this little bag inside the box 2 little plugs. You put the 2 little plugs in there. They're different. They're not identical. Okay, so he doesn't look with 2 gaping holes coming out of his back. Okay, so they thought about that as well. Just keep in mind that those 2 little plugs are made out of rubber, and they're not colored exactly like the rest of the figure. They're just gray. So back to the Nemean lion heads. Yes, you simply kind of put them over his hands. On the right hand's case, you gotta remove the golden fleece though, because it won't fit. Or it can fit, but then I'm not sure you're gonna get it out, so careful with that. So again, you just bubble it in here. And there you go. He has a Nemean lion head, which he took from Hercules. Again, I may be wrong on this. If I can't remember. I played years ago God of War 3. But yeah, this is one of his weapons. Not more iconic than the Blades of Athena or of Hades or of Ares, etc, etc. As you can see, these lion heads are very heavy, which affect my joints. They can't really support the weight of the lion heads, which will make posing him together with the lion heads equipped very difficult, and to be honest, I kind of gave up on that idea. But it's cool to have. Now let's try for the right one as well. I'm gonna try to make him stand with the Nemean lion heads, but I think that's gonna be difficult. There we go. Now for the other one. Again, I love the sculpt, I love the detail on the lion heads. They look cool. I just wish they would have been a bit more usable. Oh, yeah, are you gonna stand? You're not gonna stand, are you? You're gonna give me trouble. Yeah, you wanna give me trouble. Come on, do it for daddy. There we go. Now he stands. Obviously the pose is absolutely horrendous and not natural, but I got him to stand, so there you go. It applies a lot of pressure because they're, again, extremely heavy, and you gotta have him leaning on his back so you overall balance the figure out. Again, with those feet, which don't really do much for stabilizing. So again, that's my only gripe with the figure. And of course you can attach the Blades of Athena on his back as well, so in the game you could have switched between weapons freely. So you can recreate one of those poses. Come on, one more time, please. Yay, there we go. Who's a good Kratos? Who's a good Kratos? Okay, so we got him standing. Don't worry, it's a rare occasion. I think I'm gonna show you in the video a few times he toppled over. And again, keep in mind that the golden fleece will not be usable with the Nemean lion heads. You can put it on and force the lion head over, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Also, I wouldn't recommend using the lion heads too often, because in and out, you're gonna scratch the paint, and you might not want to do that. Anyway, let's move on. So overall, Kratos, it's a very good figure, okay? A very nice, this is the player select line from Neca, a very nice figure for 30 bucks. And I can't really complain about a lot of things. The sculpt is good, is accurate. The paint job is definitely nice. Okay, again, considering the price point. My only real gripe with the figure is that he's not really all that stable. Not really all that balanced, okay? It's pretty difficult for me to keep him standing up, especially in a dynamic pose, because he can get into a lot of dynamic poses, and it's just a shame it's so hard to stabilize him on his own feet. My recommendation to you guys would be to get a stand, okay? Either one of those peg ones you put on the feet, or a dynamic stand, okay, which clutches around the waistline, and you can put him in all sorts of awesome jumping poses or something like that. Again, and he is with the Bandai, Tamashii Nations, whatever, flame effect, red flame effect. As you can see, you can create some sort of nice picture like this, some sort of nice pose. Okay, I'm not very good at it. I just opened out of the box and I threw them together, but you get a lot of options out of this. any way you want to, where pretty much the sky's the limit, and your imagination, of course. And that's about it for this review for Kratos from Kratos Ghost of Sparta, from NECA, for God of War 3, etc, etc. Again, I am definitely recommending this figure. Just keep in mind, balancing is an issue. That's all for now. I'm gonna thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite channel, subscribe if you enjoy our content. If you got any feedback, let us know in the comment section down below. I'm off. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Acest video v-a fost adus de către 101figurine.ro. Intră și tu acum pe 101figurine.ro pentru a vizualiza o multitudine de statuete și figurine din universurile tale preferate.